inside.
What you people discovered is bigger than we ever thought possible.
How big is that thing?
It was the largest shark that ever existed.
A living fossil.
Thought to have been extinct for over 2 million years.
Wrong.
My God. It's a megalodon.
He's kidding, right?
That thing's out there. We need to find it and kill it.
Fans are experts, movie month. It's my 6th year doing movie month. 30 movies, 30 days, 30 podcasts that you get to listen to. Fans are experts, movie month. It's my 6th year doing movie month. 30 movies, 30 days, 30 podcasts that you get to listen to, including this one right here. But wait, one more time. Fans are experts, movie month. It's my 6th year doing movie month. 30 movies, 30 days, 30 podcasts that you have the pleasure of listening to. An episode is about to start right now. An episode is about to start right now. The theme song is fading out because an episode is starting right now. All right. It's been a while since I talked into my phone, but I just got off the train, finished my movie a little while ago, and I wanted to talk about it as quickly as possible. Oh, that guy's vaping. What a giant cloud of smoke. This movie, look, I didn't know what to expect. I expected it to be cheesy. I expected it to be like a campy. I guess it met my expectations, and yet it was still underwhelming. Not good. I mean, to be honest, the entire movie was a SyFy original movie with a bigger budget. The Meg. You can't make a shark movie, even today, without being compared to Jaws, which is, 40 years ago now. And this movie still pays homage to it. In fact, any shark movie that gets made is still going to be paying homage to Jaws forever. It's like, that's the first one, and all others fail in comparison, including this one. This was so filled with tropes. This was Tropeville. It was so by the numbers. Like the movie's based on a book. So I mean, someone wrote a book. I think my brother read the book, and then the screenwriters came and wrote this movie, and someone took the script and directed it. And it's like, okay, all this happened, but it was just like, you get yourself a fairly good visual effects artist, company, whatever, studio, and just, nothing original, nothing exciting, nothing of that interest, of much interest. I wanted to see this movie because I thought it was going to be fun. The trailers made it look fun, and I was having fun at some points, but at the same time, it's like you can watch a movie and you can say, I know this isn't good, but I'm still having fun. And that was happening, and then other times I just rolled my eyes, and I
I wanted to see it. That's why I'm watching it. It's one of those things where if I'm not going to see it in June, I'm not ever going to see this movie. You know, you get some good actors. I love Jason Statham, but you know he can make some crappy movies. It doesn't matter because he's so cool. Jason Statham is cool enough to make shitty movies bearable. You got Rainn Wilson, Dwight Schrute from The Office, you know, playing the billionaire who invested all this money into research. You got Jason Statham, who is the heroic diver who lost some people, and so he doesn't dive anymore. But there's been an accident, and they need to bring him back to dive and save people. And guess who happens to be someone he has to save? His ex-wife. But he meets a new woman that he kind of has taken a shine to, and her father, which I swear he looked about 10 years older than her, also works on this research vessel, and he gave up because there was a giant something down there. No one believed him, and now they believe him because it's a big ass shark. And let's kill the shark. Let's take the shark out. Oh, we got the shark. Yay! Let's hang the shark up. That shark doesn't look that big. Oh, because that's not the big shark. Here's the big shark, and now we got to do the same thing and fight him. And I thought to myself, oh my God, that dog's name is Pippet, just like Jaws. That's a nice little nod to Jaws. No, the dog's name is Pippin in the Meg. It's Pippet in Jaws. So either it was a weird coincidence, or it was a shitty nod that they didn't even realize incompetently that they got the dog's name wrong. I choose to believe that. And this was it also was I think it was like a Chinese production. There was a lot I think there was Chinese writing at the beginning, which sometimes those big budget Chinese films are a lot of special effects and not much else. And that's what this was. That's why you'll see Nick Cage will make movies that are just like Chinese productions, and that's why movies they open in China first. Like China can make or break a movie. I think Aquaman was like, that Aquaman's a hit because it did huge in China, whereas other movies, they don't, and they don't do great here, and that's the end of them. I'm at the train station right now, so if there's music, it's because cars have loud stereos. I mean, how long do I even want to talk about this movie? I think this will be a shorter episode, probably, but I don't know. There was some enjoyable moments, mostly because of Statham. It was like Jaws 3. Remember Jaws 3, where they were at SeaWorld, but there was also like an underwater lab, which made no sense. Was that part of SeaWorld? It's like the greatest SeaWorld ever. And Louis Gossett Jr. This movie kind of had that underwater lab thing going. And the shark, I know what it is. There's a trench at the bottom of the ocean that's supposed to be the deepest part ever. But what we've discovered is that this trench isn't the bottom. It's actually like a film, or it's like a cover, but you can get through it. And we're going to dive in there and go deeper. And that's where they woke up the Meg. And when they came out, they kind of made a tear in this layer that allowed the megalodons to get out. I was expecting at the end to see a shark jump out, or a shark swim by, or a post-credit scene. None of that. I think this movie made money. But, so there might be a sequel. I don't know, but they didn't do anything in the movie to lead me to think there was. I don't know. And then the way. Okay, so the way. So they showed like an animal, or like a whale getting eaten by other sharks. So like they smell blood in the water, they come and they eat it up. So Jason Statham uses this tiny little submarine to like tear open the megalodon under, because it had a perfect. He flew it right under the friggin' shark perfectly to rip it open, and then it bled, and then he jumped out and like stabbed it in the eye himself, and he Oh, and then because of the blood, all the creatures of the ocean came to feast upon the megalodon, and they helped save Jason Statham and save the day. That was corny. Am I gonna go? I'm trying to think. Is this gonna be the worst movie of the month? Now, there's a fine line. There's like the worst movie of the month and the most unenjoyable movie of the month. So far, there's only 5 days, but so far, this gets the chair, and we have to see, if there's anything worse that comes along. Oh, my ride is here, so I am going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
In 1975, he became Hollywood's biggest star. And in 1978, just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, he resurfaced. This summer, for the first time, the terror of Jaws will not stop at the edge of the screen. The all-new Jaws 3D, rated PG. Now playing at a theater near you.
And we are back. I am now in my neighborhood walking my dog. See, what happened is my wife picked me up at the train with our dog. And then she drops me off not too far from home so that we can walk him back to the house. He gets out, stretches his legs. He's an old boy. I guess I should keep talking about this movie. I don't know if I can anymore. I mean, there's just nothing to talk about. Okay, so they paid homage to Jaws with the little kid wanting to go in the water, and the mom kind of dressed up even like Mrs. Kittner. This was in China or some Asian area. Now, I have to doubt that people swim like that out there. It's like, even in Jaws, though, it was like, do people actually swim like this? Like, they were out way deep. So this was like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people out there. But I thought, oh, man, everyone's going to get knocked out of the way, and, oh, no, shark, and that's it. But the Meg did eat some people, so I give them credit for at least eating people. That I can give it credit to. Again, always like Statham, even if he's in not great movie. There's the guy from a bunch of different things, but Fear the Walking Dead, he was on that for a bit. The dude from The Office. The dude from Heroes, or Hawaii Five-0, Masioka, he was there for a minute. Ruby Rose, she is, I believe she's Australian, and she was on Orange is the New Black, and she's going to be Batwoman. She was the young girl with the short hair. I don't remember if she survived. I think she survived. I believe the other doctor sacrificed himself to make sure she lived. This is my Australian accent. I have such little. All of a sudden, I just went Scottish. I have such little to talk about with this movie that I'm just going from accent to accent, trying to choose my accents appropriately so I don't sound offensive in any way. Yeah. I just kept watching this going, this is so bland. Like, so, tropey, like the doctor who didn't believe them, and then he did believe him. The ex-wife who didn't believe him, and then they did believe him. They're on good terms. I wish it'd be under better circumstances. Like, he saves the ex-wife. She's like, oh, it's you. And the ex-wife is gone for a while. Then she's back later, and I don't know if she's... I don't know. And the little kid, whoever wrote for this kid, like, what? This no kid this age would say stuff like this. Like, she had a nickname for Jason Statham, called him Crazy. But everything she said, she's like, I'm 8, I'm smart. Or like, these are things that, like, you want a smart kid to say, I guess. I don't know. It was too smart. Like, the kid's smart enough to say it, but... The lyrics, the words, the lines felt, I don't know. everything just also. I was going to say they like at one point Dwight Schrute was he's the rich guy. He abandoned them, and he tried to kill the shark himself so that there was no record of it, so he couldn't get sued. There was one moment where he talked about how he was here to celebrate with them, and now he's here to mourn with them, and he was real genuine. And the next shot, he's leaving on the helicopter. I kind of like that. At first, I thought, oh wow, he's a nice character. Oh no, he's not. And now he's dead. I guess he tracked the Meg, and then he was dropping depth charges on them. There were so many things that I was expecting and didn't get. Like a helicopter swooping down, okay? I want the friggin' shark to jump out of the water, grab that helicopter, and drag it down. That didn't happen. I cannot believe that did not happen. Okay, so that's the main one. The shark grabbing one of those inflatable balls that people run in on the water, that was cute, I guess. Special effects were, pretty good, but it's like when you get to a point where literally anything is possible, you can't wow me with special effects anymore because everyone expects them. So it's like, Jurassic Park was amazing, Avatar, the first time you see Avatar, you're like, wow, that's like, in 3D, because really it's just a cartoon. You're like, you're surprised and amazed. But my dog just took a shit. I'm taking the shit bag out. I'm sorry. My dog just had a BM. So here we go. We're going to do this together. Live on the podcast. Picking up dog shit, which is, I guess, which I guess is consistent with the movie I just watched. I was going to say Abipro. I can't think of the term. Abipro. Ibuprofen. Okay, don't. All right, sorry. My God, it's like a freaking hawk out here. It's going to take me down. I am the falconer. Come to me, falcon. Now I just don't. I want to do anything but talk about this movie. Look, it is what it is. I watched it. Jesus, I feel like I'm going into the den of. Okay, there's definitely a bird in this tree we're approaching. Oh, okay, he just flew the other way. That's a big-ass crow. I hope he wasn't warning me to stay away, because I'm walking right under the tree now. Okay. Anything but this movie. Like, I hope something happens outside right now, like somebody drives by, or like, I don't know, a spaceship lands, or anything, so I don't have to talk about this movie anymore. I don't know. It's just not worth talking about. It was like, this is the kind of movie that on TBS on a Saturday at 11 a.m., my father-in-law turns on 10 minutes into the movie starting, and he's like, oh, it's a shock, I'll watch this. And then he just stays and watches the whole movie. Which I've seen him do with SyFy original movies. That's why this just reminded me of something. It wasn't like, I want to say good popcorn fare. I don't know, I guess it was, but it was just bland. Vanilla. Shut up, bird. Apparently it's a different bird, or they're just communicating. They're tracking me. Look, that's it. I'm done. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm going home now to have dinner. I want to tell you something. My cousin has a podcast called Metallicast. I'm on there. In the last episode, talking about Metallica in movies and television. Check that out. I also do a podcast called The Made Man. Every Friday, a new episode drops, as the kids say. It is dedicated to the movie Mad Men, which I've never watched before. So I'm watching an episode every week, new to me, and immediately talking about it right after I watch it. So there'll be one of those coming this Friday, along with movie number 7. Wow. But look, today I'm done. So listen, do me a favor. Follow me on Geek Mentality on Twitter and on Instagram. Geek Mentality, all one word. I'm definitely getting more Instagram likes than I am podcast downloads. So I have to tell people on Instagram to check out the podcast. But who would do that? If I saw an Instagram post and I liked it and it says check out my podcast, I'd be like, no, I just want to like your picture. Leave me alone. So it's probably worthless anyway, but I'm going to try. You can find me on Facebook. The Facebook page is Fans.Experts. The website is fans.experts.com. That's where you will find everything. And also, every movie that I post gets added to a letterboxed list. I tweeted that out earlier today. I have a list for every year that I've done, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. And every post has a link back to the website post with the podcast and all that stuff. And there's a lot of birds out here. But I'm almost home. Oh, we got to cross the street, buddy. Right now, I am talking into my phone with one hand, and my other hand has a leash and is also gripping onto a bag of dog feces. So what are you doing? What are we doing? Now my dog's on a smell. He's a beagle, so he gets on scents. You going to pee on that light pole? Yes, you are. No, you're not. Okay, folks. I think I've wasted your time enough. Thank you guys for listening. The Meg, not great. Not good. Sometimes fun. Not what it could have been. Imagine if this movie was rated R. I guess there was a rumor. Not a rumor. There was at one point Eli Roth wanted to direct it and make it rated R. Now that could have been something if it was just a little, I hate to say it, but a little more violent, a little more like over the top. Like even Sharknado with its terrible special effects goes all out. This movie was in development for 20 something years. The script was bought in like 97. I was reading this. I finished it on the train ride home, so I read a little trivia. So I finished this on the train ride. I already just said that. What am I saying? So that's it, my friends. Thank you for listening. You'll know the rest. So, until tomorrow, here is my theme song. Wait, no, that wasn't good. That wasn't good. Here is my theme song.
This is my podcast, I made it. Geek Mentality's what I named it. And I think you should listen and subscribe. 'Cause I'm kinda funny and awesome. I think that I'm worth your time. And I'm kinda handsome. My mom says, please listen and please subscribe. At least listen to this episode.
Fans not experts.